Everyone, put your hands together for the one and only EnchanteeKnows. This queen has been repping the Ilicia community since TwitchCon Paris and has been crushing it with her own Twitch stream. We're beyond excited to have her on board.
And here we go. Welcome in, Enchante. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hi, everybody. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good on our end.
Yes,
Yeah.
strong. It's been 6 hours. Honestly, I feel like 2 or 3. I
Yeah.
don't feel like hours.
So you've been on for a while.
Yeah, we knew it would be a long stream.
Yeah.
So preparing mentally, at least.
Yeah, I think that helps.
Yeah.
Like being ready first, like knowing it's gonna be a long stream makes it less long.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So, first thing first, could you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit more about what you do on stream and who you are.
Sure. My name is EnchanteeKnows. I go by Enchante or EK. And I have been streaming for about 2 years. I'm a cozy variety streamer for the most part. I play a lot of indie games, those types of things. And so, um, having Alicia be there for me has really been really great in helping my channel grow, because a lot of the stories are story based, and I will be deep in the story and not paying attention to the chat. And so Alicia's there. She's a warm welcome and greeting to people when they come in. And so it really helps a lot. I realize, oh, chat's going on. She's there. She's greeting them. And so she's been a great addition to our channel since we started using it.
That's really cool. So, can you tell us more on how you discovered us?
Well, I discovered you because I was taking a dream trip to Paris, and I happened to be there during the time that TwitchCon Paris was going on, right? So I happened to be walking past on the floor, and I had someone walk up to me and speak to me very friendly, right? And I was like, oh, and then they started talking about the Alicia, what it was, why did you want to test it out? And like many people even in my community, I was kind of like skeptical. I was like, we're talking about putting AI in the chat. You hear all these horror stories about AI. But I said, you know what? When I got back home, I said, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a shot. And as soon as I put her in, I immediately started to see the difference, how engaging she was. And she became a good addition to the community, right? People didn't believe the AI kind of talking to them. She was a little robotic in the beginning, but then when we went in, we started tweaking her personality. I could change her personality. If I was doing a writing stream, I could turn her to William Shakespeare. If I was doing something like a stream like with fairies in it, I could do a fairy angel, or I could create personality that she's become in our stream, which is now the auntie of the stream. So she's kind of like my alter ego. And it's really a lot of fun bouncing off of her and having her as the alter ego. And the community has really come to enjoy, having her be a part of the whole entire experience.
That's really cool. And so, do you remember how your community welcomed Alicia or not?
Oh, I had some people say, I don't want to have anything to do with the bot. Get rid of her, kick her out. And then the actual mods who were modding in the stream really liked Alicia and liked the personality that she brought to the stream. It was a personality that's kind of like how I am, kind of off stream. A lot of them kind of knew me off stream, and they were like, "That's a great personality." It's like, how did they match the personality so well? And so it was kind of like when we created this auntie, we call her Auntie Knows now. We recently changed it from Alicia to Auntie Knows. So when we created this auntie character, created her where she had a southern accent. I'm from the U.S. South. She was sassy. She would place if you were a little too too loud in this, right? So it was really great because she really is, a lot of people feel like she's really a true representation of my alter ego.
That's really cool. And so you've you've shaped you shaped the Alicia that you have now over time and through experience and seeing how your community reacted to the initial Alicia.
Yeah, that's correct. And we still have some community members who don't like the idea of AI Alicia talking to them. And so what I really appreciated was the fact that we could put those users into AI Alicia and say when they're speaking, don't talk to them, right? And so
Yeah.
that really worked out very well. So it gave me a good way to be able to balance the community, where if there were people who did not want Alicia responding to them, she wouldn't be. And then if there were people who embraced her, then they would continue to have those conversations. So that really worked out very well for the community.
Very cool. Do you have like a memorable moment you had on stream with Alicia that you'd like to share?
Oh, yeah, very recently. So a couple of people that follow me signed up for AI Alicia, and I didn't realize it. And we were doing a stream together. There were four of us. Three of the four of us had Alicia, and Alicia had three different personalities, and it was really fun to see Alicia bouncing off of Alicia, bouncing off personalities, bouncing off the community. It was really, really great. And I thought that I was like, this is the culmination you'd love to see in a collaboration, right? Not just the communities collaborating together, but collaborating together and bouncing off of each other. And I thought it was just a fabulous example of how Asia has grown since we started using her back in 2023.
That's really really cool. We've had you're the second person that shared that kind of story with us. We have another streamer that shared that he's streaming, I think, with his son, and they both have Alicia, and they were gently interacting with each other. Whereas in a few streams, we've had the example of
Yes.
this: they all had Alicia named as Alicia, and so they started talking to each other in a death spiral, which is something that happens where she starts talking to herself and spamming the chat until they make her leave because
Yeah.
there is no way out.
Right, right. So I think what really helped with us is that we had renamed our bot. So a couple of us
Yes.
had renamed the bot, and then one person still had it as AI Alicia.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it was fun to watch them bouncing off of each other. We knew that they were talking to each other, and we thought it was hilariously funny, and our communities knew. But it didn't seem like it was in like a to her talking to herself.
Yeah, exactly. When you
Across
change
the
the
three.
names, it works better, and it's where you can have this kind of, I would say, I'm split between weird and magical moments where we have different
Right.
Alicias and different characters interacting with each other, and you have no idea what will come out of that.
Yeah, but it actually worked out great. I mean, we loved it.
Well, that's great.
hmm
You've been
hmm
an active member of the community for a while now, and you've been part in many, many of our red trains. Um,
Yes.
well, I would say, why and what do you like about red trains? Did you meet some community members? What's like the whole red train experience from your point of view?
So from my point of view, I love building community. So it was a great way to build community, to meet new people who were using AI Alicia and understand how they were using it. Because from them, I got different use cases of how I could use it as well. So that turned out very, very, very nice. And I liked the opportunity of to help to promote a product that I was very skeptical about in the beginning. But then I found out how Alicia was such a valuable co-companion. You know, I didn't even think of her a co-host. She's like a co-companion. She's there immediately when I log in. I know I'm live. She shows up all of those kinds of things. She's welcoming people in. So she's a great companion, as part of the stream. And so I really wanted to share that message as Ray Dreams with people, to let them know that she's not just a bot. She's really almost like a member of the community, part of the family.
That's very cool.
What we're trying to do, so I'm very happy to hear it. um,
Hmm.
so I know you do some writing on the site. Have you experimented with maybe a
Yes.
more storyteller-oriented Alicia, where she would be telling more stories or involved in some kind of broader storytelling over several streams? Have you tried that kind of things?
I have not tried that kind of thing, but what I did do is when hosting the streams where Alicia was in those streams where I was writing, um, we had two characters. There was one that was William Shakespeare, where
Okay.
he would respond back, or Alicia would respond back, sounding like William Shakespeare. So that works very well, not only for the writing streams, but also for games that I would be playing that were kind of in those times. So that really worked very well. And also, we have a character called Principal EK. And so sometimes we make her the principal, which is really fun because I could set her up like the 80s Breakfast Club kind of thing where she was really being, disciplining the students who are acting out, in the chat or whatever it might be. And there's a lot of great interaction with that. Everybody loves it. They love that, when she's there as the principal.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And so, mention community. How, I would say, in your streamer community, what have been their kind of reaction or their thoughts about Alicia?
Well, I was told, and I won't mention the other bot's name, but AI Alicia is like number 1 to 2 among those bots. And both bots are very interactive. And where Alicia stands out is the memories. We were talking about the memories where she gets to know the community, and when people talk, she's waiting for them to show up. As a matter of fact, Alicia is kind of like very sassy, and she likes the men who show up in our stream. I was kind of told to mention that. And so, like, she picks her favorite. Um, they have like a relationship. We joke about a relationship that they have going on. And they're just very flirty, but in a very, very pure and innocent kind of way. So it doesn't get too far out, but it's just really, really fun. So a lot of the folks that show up, the ladies are like, Alicia's not going to pay us any attention anymore because her quote unquote boyfriend's here, right? And she's responding back to them. And what she's doing is she's drawing from the memories that she has from them being in the stream. And that's really, really cute. And they really love that. They really love that warmth and that sense that she's part of the community.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Uh,
Yeah. If anyone in the chat has questions, please type them now.
I think we have one from Alicia. So asking you, so what's your favorite type of content to create first, and how do you keep your streams fresh and exciting?
Alicia, I'm sorry, what was the question again?
It's a. It was a while.
My
before.
favorite. Oh, I see the question. Yeah. My favorite type of content is really cozy games, story-based games. I like indie games.
Yeah.
And what I found is that Alicia, her brain kind of knows some of the storylines of some of the indie games that I play. So people will ask questions like, "What's this game?" and she'll give them a brief summary of the game, what the game is about, and that really helps quite a bit. So that's really the kind of content I enjoy creating. Is that that fun and game stuff. And the way I keep my streams fresh and exciting is because I like so many different games. You never know what you're gonna get. right? So that just makes it a lot of fun. I just play games that bring me joy. If I'm having fun playing a game, I play it for a while. I get tired of going playing, you know. So that's how we keep things fresh and exciting.
Yeah. I think like fresh games always bring a bit. It's I do that. So feel you.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have any other questions there. Or Nico, do you?
Yes.
No, I think, yeah, if you want to, say any last words, the floor is yours.
Yeah. What I really like to say is I love that we have Alicia in our community. She's very dynamic. She understands our audience. She helps to set the perfect mood for the chat and for the community. And so she's just been a great addition to our stream. And especially as a smaller streamer looking to grow, smaller and mid-sized streamers, she is part of the community. She doesn't get lost. See, if you're really big, she doesn't get lost in the community chat. But because we're not so big, she's an integral part of the community. And everybody looks forward to her, being there, and they really enjoy it. So it has been a great journey, and congratulations on
Thank
getting
you.
out of beta. That's awesome, and I'm looking forward to the additional things that you'll have to offer, for the product and as it grows. So thank you so much, and thank you to you both for being very kind and very generous. And any issues that I might have, tech support, wonderful. Love it.
Thank you.
Great tech support. So I appreciate that. So thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Enchante. And that's
Yes.
brilliant. So we'll see you on the Discord for sure. And thanks again for joining us.